Hello and welcome. If you're a leader in hospitality, you know the drill. You're constantly fighting two huge battles: rising labor costs on one side and the never-ending pressure to find new revenue on the other. Today, we're going to talk about how you can activate the infrastructure you already own to attack both of those problems head-on. Okay, let's just dive right in with a really critical question. You have a piece of tech on every single table in every single guest room. But let's be honest, is that QR code an asset that's actually working for you? Or is it a liability that's just creating frustration? Because here's the deal. Here's the broken promise. Your guests scan that code and they expect something slick, modern, and interactive. But what do they get? Usually a clunky PDF, a static menu they have to pinch and zoom on, which is just a terrible experience. And it's not just annoying, it makes your brand feel old and disconnected. Now, this broken promise isn't just a minor issue. It's actually trapped the entire industry in what we call the simplicity gap. And it's inside this gap where a huge, untapped opportunity is sitting. You see, for years, leadership has been stuck in this false binary. You've been forced to choose between two pretty bad options. Option one is simple but dumb tech, like those static QR codes. Option two is interactive tech that's way too complex, way too expensive, and forces your guests to download an app they just don't want. And this chart, well, it lays it all out perfectly. Down here, you've got your simple but non-interactive dumb links. Over here, you've got your complicated, high-friction custom apps. But this quadrant up here, the one you actually want, high interactivity and high simplicity, it's been completely empty. This is the gap. This is the opportunity. So the big question is, how do we fill that gap? Let's talk about a fundamentally new kind of technology that's designed to do exactly that. It's called Agentic AI. Now, this is the real aha moment, so lean in. This is not just another chatbot, a passive chatbot. It just answers a question. You ask the hours, it tells you the hours. And Agentic AI, it doesn't just answer, it takes action. It doesn't just tell you the spa is open. It sees an opening and offers to book it for you. It's the difference between a talking encyclopedia and a personal concierge. And you can trust it because this is all built on two pillars. First, it's middleware, which is just a fancy way of saying it plugs right into your backend systems like your booking software, so it's always working with real-time, accurate data. Second, and this is huge, it's brand safe. It's trained only on your approved information, so it can't go rogue, it can't hallucinate, and it will never ever say something that's off-brand. Okay, so the tech is cool, but what does it actually do for your bottom line? Well, it basically becomes a new financial tool for your business, one that attacks your two biggest challenges at the same time. And I really want to land this point for any leader watching this. You have to reframe how you think about this. This technology doesn't belong on your IT budget as another line item expense. No way. It should be seen as a powerful financial tool that directly impacts your P&L, both by cutting costs and by driving brand new revenue. All right, engine number one is the labor-saving engine. Just think about all those repetitive, low-value questions your staff has to answer 100 times a day. What's the Wi-Fi password? When does the pool close? This automates all of that. It frees up your people to do what they do best, provide high-value, high-touch service. It finally breaks that awful choice between cutting labor costs and watching your service quality tank. And then there's engine number two, the revenue generation engine. This is pure growth. This AI is your perfect salesperson. It works 24/7. It never has a bad day, and it never ever forgets to make a smart contextual upsell. It turns simple questions into moments that make you money. And here's what that dual impact looks like in the real world. For a restaurant, it's handling all those complex dietary questions, freeing up your server. At the same time, it's suggesting the perfect wine pairing to boost the check. For a hotel, it's answering all the basic questions about amenities, which means fewer calls to the front desk, while also upselling a spa package. You see, it's a direct win-win every time. Okay, the theory is solid, right? But let's get into the weeds. Let's see what this really looks like day to day with a couple of crystal clear real-world examples. So picture this. It's 11 p.m. A guest just checked in. They're tired. Instead of calling the already slammed front desk for the Wi-Fi password, they just scan the code, boom. Instant answer. Then, they ask about the gym, and the agent not only gives them the hours, but follows up with a smart contextual offer for a spa package tomorrow. Just like that, you've created a new, high-margin revenue stream with zero labor cost. Now, let's jump over to a busy restaurant. A guest has a serious nut allergy. Instead of the server having to run back to the kitchen, creating delays and anxiety, they get an instant, accurate, and safe list of what they can eat. Huge win. Then another table asks for a wine pairing. The agent gives the sommelier's perfect recommendation and says, Would you like me to add that to your order? It's a flawless, consistent upsell every single time. So, the value is clear. I know what you're thinking though. This sounds amazing, but it must be a nightmare to implement, and this is the secret weapon. The radical simplicity of this model completely neutralizes the single biggest barrier to adopting new tech: complexity. I am not kidding when I say this. Any manager can deploy a seriously sophisticated AI agent in about 60 seconds. You literally just upload an asset you already have, like your PDF menu. The platform automatically creates your conversational agent, and you instantly download the new smart QR code. It is that fast. It's done. And the business model is built for that kind of quick win. You can actually start for free to test the ROI for yourself. Then, as you see the value, you can naturally upgrade to get things like custom branding, or for larger enterprises, API access and voice capabilities. It's a classic land and expand approach that makes it a no-brainer to get started. Okay, let's wrap up with what might just be the most profound long-term ROI for leadership. This goes way beyond just answering questions. This is about turning what used to be a labor cost, all those guest questions, into your most valuable new strategic data asset. Seriously, forget about lagging indicators like Yelp reviews. That's old news. The analytics dashboard here gives you a live leading indicator of what your guests are actually thinking and asking for. Right now, you can see the top questions across all your locations and even drill down into the full unfiltered transcripts to see what's really on their minds. Let me give you a real-world example. A VP of operations at a hotel group looks at their dashboard and sees a massive 45% spike in questions about late checkout every single morning. Now, that's not just a series of annoying phone calls. That is a clear, quantified signal of unmet market demand. So what do? Based on that data, they create a new high-margin $30 ancillary product: paid late checkout. And here's the beautiful part. The same AI agent that identified the problem is then programmed to sell the solution. It creates this perfect self-optimizing value loop. You identify friction, you monetize that friction, and you use the same tool to do both. So let's end on this. The crucial point, the main takeaway, is that the infrastructure is already deployed. The QR codes are already on every table in every room. You've already paid for them. So the question for leadership is no longer about installation. It's about activation. When are you going to flip the switch and turn your most silent asset into your most active, valuable employee? Ready to take your conversations to the next level? Try Speak with AI today. Get full access for 14 days. No commitments, no credit card required. Visit Speak with AI and start your free trial now.